They've got two lock boxes out there. I got into one of the lock boxes and there's a brand new set of keys and they don't work on any of the doors. So I called the management company because that's the sign on the door. Robert Salmons with Intera Realty's got a and we call it goes to Intera Realty, and when you call the sign on the front door's number, it goes to Intera Realty. And they said they just replaced the locks and it shouldn't have any problems. And I'm like, I know I'm not the sharpest guy in the world, but I'm pretty sure I know how to tell if a key's working in the lock or not. I can't get into the property. So the other night I swung back by because I'm like, man, you know how sometimes if the deadbolt, like if the door is in a bind or if it's in a jam, like it's really hard to turn and you got to either like pull on the door or you got to like lift up on it. I'm like, maybe the door is just not in alignment really well. And before I really like throw a big fit, let me go try it again. So I go over there to try it again. I mean, the key, I feel like I can tell the difference between when the key doesn't work in the tumblers and the deadbolts in a jam. Like, I mean, I was about to break the key off. I'm like, this can't be right. So I called him and she said, the lady at Intera Realty said, hey, I've got 4 or 5 other showings that were booked since yours on Thursday and nobody else has called in. So I think everybody's been able to get in. And I'm like, well, I'm here now. And I recorded a video of me. Like, I mean, I just couldn't get it to go in. I couldn't get it to unlock. So the neighbor across the street gets home. I talked to the neighbor. He's like, oh yeah, there was 4 or 5 groups that came on Sunday to try to look at it and nobody could get in. And everybody was pretty ticked off about it. So we've got a really nice house that they continue to do $5,000 and $10,000 price drops on it consistently since November. And I seriously wonder if anybody's actually been able to get in and show it. I was hoping maybe somebody from Southland had shown it before they changed the locks or something, but nobody on this call, huh? Okay.
Hey,
And I
No.
just
anything,
want to,
hey, hey, Tim, anything with
yeah,
Intra, I would question it. I've had nothing but issues with those guys. So just be aware of them, even if you guys do make an offer on that.
yeah, you're right. I've had a similar experience in the past. You have to submit you can't, there's not even like an agent to receive your offer. You have to log on to their third party website and upload your offer, and they want everything submitted as one big PDF. And it's almost like a closed bid auction type deal, except for this house has been on the market since November. So I'm like, man, I mean, the advertised price that it is right now, I think my buyer would pay that for it from what we could see in the windows and just the exterior condition of the house, but we can't get in it. So I'm like, we're not going to do a quote unquote sight unseen offer where we haven't even been able to get in. Like we want to be able to get in it. Um, and then my client was like, hey, what if we just go buy a lock and we drill this lock out and we just put new locks on it and put new keys in there? And so I'm like, yeah, well, we don't own the house. We can't get a hold of the seller. Yeah, I tried the key on the back door. It's a Schlage lock on the back door, and the keys are quick set. It won't even go in the lock on the back door, and it will go in. Sorry, I just saw Micaiah popped in there. I did think of that. Yeah, it's crazy. So, um, we can't obviously drill out the locks and put our own locks on it, although I think there would be a lot of other agents out there that would be tickled if I did, because then they could get in and show it. So, um, yeah, interesting situation. It was a bummer the first time because I did have clients with me and we couldn't get in. I'm like, it
Well,
was a bummer.
don't you? It's nothing like an old lockbox or a rusty old door or even a light switch. You feel like a complete idiot in front of your clients sometimes, and you're like, I promise you, I'm a good agent. I can open a
I,
door. I know
you're
this.
right. It's not, it's not my first time operating a lock. I should be able to do this. And my
Right.
client, like he's super mechanical, like he's real handy, which is why this house could be a good fit for him. And I mean, what a mess. So yeah, I mean, it's kind of a bummer. Sometimes we just got to like save face with our clients and be like, hey, unfortunately, this happens in real estate, right? Like sometimes the
Well,
combo they put on in the MLS is not the right combination for the lockbox. It's a bummer. So
well,
I'm super frustrated.
I usually let my client try. I'm like, here, can you get this key to work? And when they can't get it work, I'm like, well, let's call the agent. Then I put them on speakerphone so the agent can talk and they can, and that way I'm like, hey, this isn't me. This isn't me. I work
Right.
on a door.
Tim, the pictures probably tell a
Uh,
pretty good the pictures probably tell a pretty big story. I given that that actually is a smoking deal at 349.9.
that's that's what
Assuming
I
the
think.
roof, yeah, assuming the roof's good. I maybe you consider going ahead and structuring an offer with a long inspection period. You could even say, in the offer subject to viewing the home and then a 10-day inspection period, something like that. That should get somebody's attention.
That's a great thought. Just writing that into the additional terms of the offer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then they'll be
that's
like, well, what do you mean? I'm like, well, the neighbor said 5 different people were standing out here that couldn't get in the house. So, otherwise, if it's 100 days on the market, that house shouldn't be on the market for 100 days.
that's what I think. I mean, in walking around it, it's in decent shape. Like from what I can see on the exterior, like there's no grading issues, there's drainage away. Like I looked in the windows as best I could and everything that we can see, the pictures, I mean, it's a little bit dirtier, like it's rough than what
Yeah.
the pictures make it look a little cleaner, but for the price in that neighborhood, I'm like, I mean, we're really excited about checking it out. I mean, it could be a real potential for us.
Hey, Tim, you
Yeah.
hear me?
Yeah, go ahead, Paul.
Hey, I was thinking maybe if some other agents had some time, it's not far from the office. Maybe schedule showings, and assuming they have the same luck, they could give some feedback and complaints as well. Maybe that would help out since she said the other agents were complaining.
Yeah, that's a great thought. It is just maybe have a few other agents swing by and everybody complains that they can't get in, or everybody shows what an idiot I am. And Paul probably walks over there and unlocks the door and walks right in. But man, I've been over there twice now and I could not get in. So yeah, if anybody would want to do that, that would be amazing. Otherwise I might take that advice, Lonnie, and we just structure an offer and throw an offer at it. But
I
we
like
need to
the
be able to.
idea of structuring an offer, kind of beating them up on price even a little better. And then you can always just call a locksmith for $75 if you're talking about a nice commission there. So
Yeah, that's what Nick, my client, he was like, "Hey, can we just go get some locks and we just drill it out? We'll replace the locks ourselves, leave the keys, but we don't own the house." I mean,
well, the locksmith can pick the lock.
yeah, that's true. That's true. That's 1108. I think it's Yoakley.
What are the
Yeah, that'd be
rules
awesome.
on picking locks?
Say again?
What are the rules on picking? Say the things aren't working. Are we allowed to like pick a lock or
You
try
got
to
an
open
approved
windows?
showing, Jake. What's up, man?
What?
Jake,
You have an
I'm
approved
just
showing?
curious.
he's already figured out how to hack a combo lock. He's already
Yeah, I
figured
can do
that
the
out.
combo locks.
I think we need a class in the market center on that if that's what we're doing.
Well, I want to buy like a lock, like an actual lock picking kit, because there's a lot of times where that happens.
Oh, you want to do it yourself? Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah, I was
I
just
gotcha.
curious if that was
Yeah.
allowed. Like you booked a
I don't
showing,
think
the
it's
door's not
legal to have
opening.
the lock picking kit. I think it's illegal to have one of those.
They sell it on Amazon.
Uh,
Tim, did you try the back door? Micaiah had a good idea.
Yeah, I did go. That's what I was saying. The back door is actually a Schlage lock, and the keys are quick set. Like they don't even they
Yeah.
won't even go into the tumbler. So
Okay.
yeah, we did try all that, but I appreciate you saying that because it wouldn't be it wouldn't be out of line for me to not to go try the back door. So
But this could be a
yeah,
sweet setup for your people that nobody else can get into the house but you. I mean,
that's what I wondered. Nick was like, "Hey, maybe nobody's been able to get in it since November for all we know." I'm like, maybe
I
that's the
bet that's
issue.
the case, Tim. I would say get that thing under contract because if they figure out this lock thing, you're probably going to be up against multiple people.
Yeah.
You go and put like even a 5 or 10 grand below list, good solid offer, 30, 45-day closing. I bet you'll end up securing it.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Yeah, I appreciate that, you guys. All right.
go get it, Tim. Go
Yep.
get it.
I'll do it.
Jim Heath is a great local locksmith. If you should need one for like a legit reason, Jim Heath is great. So
Oh, that's awesome, Paul. Would you mind? Are you in a position? Can you throw his contact info in the chat box down there? I know Jake would for sure like to at least learn the skill from him.
I'm driving. I can't, but
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Jim
but
Heath, is that his name?
Jim Heath, like the candy bar. Yeah,
Yep.
he offers a $99 rekey up to 5 locks. If someone buys a home and wants them all rekeyed, you can do that. It's kind of a nice deal. But
Nice.
but, but yeah, if you
Nice.
look at Jim Heath, locksmith, you'll find him. He works with his sons now too. So
Perfect. Thank you, Paul.
no problem.
I appreciate that. How's everybody doing on their habits? I see quite a few names on here that have gone to the rookie real estate agent class or the like scratch through rookie part. Um, we did the little exercise. Oh, thank you, Jake. We did the little exercise on filling out our schedule and going through our calendar at the habits class this past week. And man, it is such an eye opener for me every time I start tracking where every 15-minute block of time goes for me. I am such a like habitual time waster. It's not even funny. And it just like my time, I think that I'm a fast mover. I'm a really fast mover at burning up 15-minute time blocks, is what the drill has shown me this week. I don't know if anybody else has done anything different, but remember from that exercise, even our personal time and our early morning, like still time block it so that you don't accidentally give it away because there's always people out there that are willing to schedule their time for you. What kind of habits are you guys doing out there that, one, if you're vulnerable enough, what's one habit that you find yourself doing that you're like, oh my gosh, I got to get rid of that? And then what's a habit that is really paying off for you so far this year? We're about halfway through February. I'd love to hear some of those habits that we can learn from.
For me, it's multitasking. I'll be well into something, and all of a sudden, squirrel, I'll go off on another thing, working on a different file or a different problem, and never finish the original one. So now I've got two things open, and then an agent comes in and wants help, which I want to help them, and then I start on something different, and so there's literally like three things, none of them get completed. That's got to stop.
I'm guilty of that too. That's really hard. I think I read somewhere and I can't even remember who said it. It was like there's really actually no such thing as multitasking. You're just doing a bunch of stuff smashed together. Man, I'm so good at that too, of like getting a bunch of stuff going and then I either don't finish any of it or it takes me 10 times longer and that's really hard to not do that. That's really tough. Did anybody do the homework where you time blocked your early morning activities, like what things were important that you want to knock out in the mornings?
I know I sure did. I want to purposely make time for the gym again because I seem to have let that go.
Yeah, that's an easy one to that's an easy one to let go of.
It is, especially when you've had like a rough day before. It's easy to kind of cancel those plans and take a little bit extra time in the morning to either like sleep in or little things like that.
I think I have found myself because I go through seasons of being like really super diligent with like my health and personal fitness, and then I take seasons of rest, which I think is okay. I think that's healthy, but what I noticed from it, and especially the exercise just from this past week, is like I'll skip it or I'll put something on the back burner, not even just the gym, but just something in general. I'm like, oh, I can come back to that and then it's just really hard like it's almost like it's impossible to make it up. Like if I skip it, I'm like, oh, I'll make it up later. Well, I can't come back to the day. If I was going to work out for 5 days this week and then I skip one of them, I can't add a day into the week. And then like jamming in two in one day isn't really as effective. And I know from our bold classwork, it was kind of that way when we're making our lead gen touches. If we're supposed to do 20 lead gen touches a day, and then I'm like, oh, well, I missed a day because my kid was sick or I had something come up. I'll do 40 tomorrow. Like that's almost impossible. It's almost easier. I think there's like a mental trick there of like, okay, well, I'm just gonna wipe off the 20 that I didn't do because I'm not going to be able to make it up. I know technically I can, but it's like mentally you feel like, wow, that's an impossible task. Like it's really hard to make it up. You almost just have to like shift and then like just reset the clock again the next day and go, okay, today's day one now. Yeah, progress over perfection. That's a spot on, Christian. Is like, I'm not going to be, maybe I didn't get my 200 touches in or my 100 touches in or whatever, but I got 180 or I got 80, which was 75 more than I did the week before. Or I only didn't go to the gym twice this week, and that's way better than I did this time last year. That's a good perspective, and that's a good line. Progress over perfection is spot on. Good job. Yeah, good work identifying that, Tori. It's the stuff that's important to us that we just have to get on the calendar, otherwise it never happens. Yeah,
Exactly.
so tough. Good work on that.
Well,
How anybody
as far as
sorry,
habits
go ahead.
go, as far as habits go, Tim, to answer your question, one new habit I've picked up this year would be our focus group and making sure that I'm on that call as much as and consistently as I can to be more systematic and consistent with my lead gen and time block that and protect it. I teach it, I coach it, I've heard it, and now I'm doing it and it's working. And I know this, I know it works. I've just never done it this way before. And I'm vulnerable, transparent enough to say that, because I'm it is working and I'm excited. So that's a great new habit. Bad habit I need to work on is staying up too late at night because it's kind of like that's the only time of my day that I really get to myself to really just be quiet and just be myself. And it causes me to stay up way too late. So I need to work on that and figure that out. But we'll work on
Man, that is spot on. That's so good. Why is it so easy to like stay up too late? That's like, I mean, everything feels like it just drags on at the end of the day. And like next thing I know, I've burned up an hour. It's so crazy. Hey, can I ask you a question, Brandy, about you said that you were like, I've never done it this way before. Could you describe the discomfort that feel like? What were like some of the things that your body internally wanted to reject about that, or did it? Were you just like, oh, I've just never done it this way, but it's easy?
Well, okay, so Caesar and I have done a lot of coaching and equipping people in other arenas outside of real estate. And one of the things we've realized about people, the way people are just genetically or however, they're hardwired. Some people are just naturally structured, and there are some people that are naturally unstructured. I'm an unstructured person. I don't, Rebecca, I see you shaking your head. Uh, Love it when your sister works in the office. This is great. I am unstructured though. And so for me to tell myself I have to put it on the calendar and protect it, I'm like, but do I? Because what if something better comes along? What if something cool comes up that I want to go do? What if this? What if that? And so I kind of always leave myself open-ended. And then what I do is I never get the thing done that I need to get done. And so for me to do this held me accountable to have the focus group because I knew other people would be counting on me. And so it forced me to show up. So at first, it was a drag going, oh my gosh, this is not, this is going to be like one of those things I have to do. And it's actually in about 2 weeks time, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's focus group day. I'm excited because it simplified it for me. Instead of just lead gen time just floating around out there obscurely whenever I can grab it and do it for a little bit, it's actually become a staple on my calendar for the last 4 weeks. And it's like I don't have to think about it. I've got my DTD2, everything's tagged. I know who I'm calling. I don't have to think about it. And it's simplified it so much. So I don't know if that answers your question, Tim, but it
Yeah,
surprises me.
totally it totally does. And you also, I think like you shared the way that you personally felt about it, about how when you time block it, now you don't even have to think about it. Like, oh,
Mhm.
what am I going to do? It's just on my schedule, and that's just what I do next. And that was the like the biggest point on the habits section is when you do time block for anything, it helps you create that habit because usually when like it's the elimination of choices. And I don't know, like Gary Keller's talked about it before, like why does he wear a KW t-shirt and a black blazer every day so that he doesn't have to think about what he's going to wear in the morning? I think maybe Mark Zuckerberg shared that too. Like if I can eliminate redundant choices, then it helps me like keep my willpower at highest peak for the things that are the most important for me. And lead gen, like I know for me, lead gen can absolutely drain me and wear me out if I'm trying to like think through. But if I have it in autopilot, even if it's like a networking meeting, if I know that I'm going to a networking meeting and that's part of my lead gen and it's on my calendar, I just show up and then I start making the connections and having conversations. But if I'm like, okay, if I'm thinking about who I need to call, if I'm thinking about, oh, when can I fit that in? And what you did with that, Brandy, you time blocked it so that you don't have to think about when you're going to fit it in. You already have a spot for it. It eliminates that like that choice.
It does, Tim. And one other thing it does for those of us that are, you can be hard on yourself. What it does also is that by the time you're done, first of all, it made it, you didn't really have to think about it. It was already determined what you were going to do, when you were going to do, who you were going to call, what you're going to say. Then when it's over, you feel good about yourself because it got done. You don't go to bed at
Yeah.
night going, wow, I suck again because I didn't get it done. Or I made one call. Woohoo. It kind of also checks that box like, wow, I did it and I'm done and I feel good about that. What's next? So
That is, if you guys remember from week one, sorry, I'm hitting on this, but it's the topic that's like fresh on my brain. And also part of it is just like what I need right now. But week one of that is all about mindset. And the bold law around the mindset is like our cells eavesdrop on our thoughts. And that's why in bold, they talk about daily affirmations so much. Like what you tell yourself, your body starts responding to. And so what you just described, like once I accomplished that, like I had a thing to do, I did it, I crossed it off my list. She said, I feel good about myself for it. You also feel like, okay, I am like, it's also an integrity and an authenticity thing. Like I said, I was going to do the thing, I did the thing. And now the rest of my body is like, okay, I'm a person who accomplishes things. I'm not somebody who like does things like halfway or I say I'm going to do something and then I don't do it, which like, I struggle with that. That's my bad habit, Jake. I saw yours on there is that's part of what happens with me too is I want to be a part of everything and I want to do everything, but then whenever I say that I'm going to do something and then I fail to do it, then that becomes like then I become out of integrity with who I say I am. I become inauthentic and I hate that. And then I feel that. And then my cells like they feel that like I'm not authentic. I drop the ball. I forgot the phrase that Brandy used, but it's like when like not getting something done. Whereas when you time block it, it happens, you get it done. Your whole body responds to that. Like I'm crushing it. Like I'm an achiever. I'm this person. I'm a lead generator. I'm a follow-up person. I get things done because I say I'm going to. Like, and then it's that cyclical loop that we study in KW all the time and in bold. Like my thoughts lead to my actions lead to my results. So my results are a direct response of my actions. And my actions only happen because I thought about them, and that was my mindset. That was my process. So, yeah, great job on that, Christian. I think you still have like 100% attendance on that or something. So, great job for showing up and being a part of that group. That's outstanding. Jake, thanks for sharing on that. I know that's pretty vulnerable. Can you tell us a little bit about that? I struggle with that too. How do you intend to work through that?
Yeah, it's I say it's because I think it's because I try to be too nice. I'm like, I don't want to make anybody upset because I can tell them no is my big thing. But then whenever commit to too many things, I'm not doing anybody any favors because I'm not able to, kind of like what you were saying, I'm not able to do the things that I need to do well. So am I being nicer to be direct and telling people no versus saying that, yeah, I can get to that and then I can't get to it or I can't get it done or whatever. Like, so it's kind of a mindset change for me on that.
Sure. Good work. Thanks for sharing on that. It is totally mindset shift. Hey, congratulations, you guys. Lonnie, I saw your post on I don't know if now's the time or if you're going to talk about it at team meeting. I love seeing where we were at, where how we stacked up on against the region. I love seeing those numbers. Man, we're just our office. I mean, we're a little bruiser, man. We get into the ring with anybody and we punch our way out of it. I love seeing that. We're did I see the number right, Lonnie? Number two against offices that are 150 agents or less. That's where we stacked up in the region.
Yeah. I think there's 26 offices in the region, and we're like 12th or 13th for all offices. But of course, some of those offices have 300, 400, 500, 600 agents. But if you peel that back, and that's by the way, very, very good. I'm very proud of that. But then when you kind of, offices more our size, 150, we have 121 agents, 150 and less, we're number two. And number one is really interesting. They only have 80 agents in Siouxland, wherever the hell, I guess Sioux City, Iowa. They have a small market center there and not much competition, and they make a ton of money. So we are second to them, much to my chagrin.
Let's get them. Let's go get them.
How much more do we need to sell?
What do we got to
No,
do?
let's go get them.
We need, we need another 10 Jake Keiths.
Okay.
Do it. Go find more of you, Jake.
Oh, I don't know if we could handle that. Darren would be so upset.
We need a bigger office. We
Yeah.
would need a bigger office. This
And
town is big for
soundproofing.
10 Jake Keiths.
Soundproofing, our insurance would go up because of broken things. It's just, let's find, yeah.
I loved seeing those numbers, and it made me think, man, you guys, I know that big offices, they do inter-office deals. When you've got 300 and 400 agents in your office, of course you're going to be doing deals with other agents in the office. I know that I don't see a lot of the negative things that happen in our office. I tend to only see the good stuff. Man, our agents, when they work together and co-op with each other on deals, we put together the best transactions. I saw that post on our Facebook page. I think it was Alex Raphael and Mary Austin put that deal together. Alex is just, dude is just top notch. Mary and Jason Austin, top notch people. And they both are working their rears off to make a great deal for their client. Like, I love how we work together as a team, you guys. And I know we've got, Brandy's been doing a great job of getting some new faces in the office. That culture of, that we have at Southland about just being collaborative and let's make the pie as big as we possibly can. And there's more than enough business for everybody out there. And we should be working together and helping each other and putting deals together. Man, I love Jake and Ryan are working together right now on a deal. That's awesome. Great job. Like, I love that we can create absolute wins for our people and keep it in the office and support each other. I mean, those are the things that are putting us at number two right there is we just, I don't know. Again, not to speak negatively on any other brokerage, but man, there's a lot of really poor agents out there that just don't do a great job. And it's a bummer when we have to work with them. I know some of you guys have had to work with them and it feels like you're having to do your job, their job, and make sure they don't mess anything up. And our people just shine every stinking time. I love it. So great work out there, you guys. I love seeing those numbers posted like that. It's just, I don't know. It's maybe it does create a chip on the shoulder, but it's kind of a proud thing, I think, whenever we're at the top of the ranks in the region. That's really special, especially being in little old Cass County, Missouri. I think that's pretty incredible. So good job. Good work, you guys. Anybody having any problems or anything out there? Any challenges they want to bring to the table? I kind of let it off with my not being able to get into the property to show it lock idea. This is always a great forum in case people have issues or scenarios that you want to throw out there. I don't want to monopolize it. I'm just here to host, but anybody got anything they're working through?
I don't have a problem, but I just wanted to bring this up to save people time. I showed a family a vacant home. We went under contract. We scheduled inspections. They didn't flip the breaker so we could check the hot water heater. And I didn't think to ask the listing agent to do that because I didn't know it was off and she didn't tell me. So we had inspections and Alabaz can't flip that on, nor did I want to flip that on and risk getting in a huge disaster. So then we had to have her go, turn it on, and then we had to go back. And that whole situation was about a 3-hour ordeal by the time I drove there, showed them, and left. And everything's fine. It worked out perfect. And then I got to see my buyers again, and they got to, really go through the house one more time. And all was good. But I just thought, darn it, if I would have realized that was off when we did our walkthrough, maybe I would have not spent my whole Saturday morning back there again. So
it's in the contract
that all utilities should be on. I know.
Yeah.
I know. That's what Tim's talking about. Fun agents. She's also the yeah, it's been fun. It's been fun.
Yeah.
Put it that way.
Welcome to real estate.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but she's making me look great because the lack of effort and then what I've done on the listing, and I put their listing under contract very quickly. She made me look really good. So,
Hey, Brandy, I think you need to call that agent and said, Shelby worked with you recently and said you'd be a great fit here. You need us.
Shelby said you are fun.
You are
You are
fun.
fun. Yay. I have one, Tim, if we're opening this up. I had something kind of come my way last night that I've never encountered yet. I was in Blue Springs for on a listing appointment last night, and really sweet people, really great house. It's going to be great. However, when I got to the point of open houses, and I told them that's something that we can do for him or them, they immediately said, "Okay, fine, but we can't have the neighbor from 2 doors down. They cannot come in my house for anything." And I'm
Really?
like, okay. And they said, and also they're renting that house. And so if they try to buy this house, I will not be selling it to them. So if that conflicts with your ethics, I can't hire you. I mean, he was very sweet, very nice people, but he was very direct. Like whatever is going on, this beef between the neighbors is pretty big. Anyway, I'm not concerned about the contract and who they sell the house to. That's their decision. However, open house. I'm almost wondering, like, have y'all had that where you're like, hey, you can have an open house, but this person over here cannot come into my home? Can I keep somebody out? Or should I just say, okay, maybe open houses isn't the way we go on your house? But they want the open house, just not Mr. Neighbor coming in.
Well,
Anyway,
yeah. And what if somebody else sits on that open house for you?
I wouldn't put anybody else in that situation.
Right.
I would
Yeah.
not do that. Yeah. So I didn't know. I mean, obviously I can bring Caesar, but my enforcer.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking
That's
maybe just don't go the open house route. But it's a cool house. I'd like to hold it open. But maybe, I don't know. Anybody have any thoughts on that? Can you keep somebody out of an open house?
I think I
yeah, I
wouldn't.
mean you really
I wouldn't do
sorry,
the
go
open
ahead, Paul.
house. I was just saying I wouldn't do the open house because what if that person is maybe in some kind of protected class? Then all of a sudden you're telling someone they can't come in the house. You're not looking good. So I think I would just say we shouldn't do an open house. We
That's a
don't
good
want
thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I
Good
mean,
thought.
excluding one person, that like I feel like that's a violation of like fair housing laws, right? Or a fair housing regulation. Like, well, you can't come in and they don't want to sell it to you. Obviously, they don't have to accept their offer, but like that puts like you can't really be in that position, right? As
Mm-mm,
agents, we can't
no.
be.
And are you going
We
to
can't.
check IDs at the door? Like,
Yeah.
have a bouncer? I mean, what? I don't know.
Yeah. How can you guarantee that you're going to even recognize or know the people?
True.
Right.
It puts me in a weird spot because if he comes in and
Yeah.
I didn't catch it, yeah, then I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, oh, never encountered that one before. But yeah, it sounds a little sticky. Probably I'll steer clear of that.
That's fun.
That's fun. That's the fun things in real estate.
Uh-huh. That's hilarious. I don't want my neighbor to come in at the open house.
did they tell you the name of that neighbor?
Nope, I didn't ask. I kind of don't want to know. I just would rather stay out of it. And he didn't make a big deal about it. He just let me know up front. He said, if we do an open house, that they cannot come in. Okay. So maybe we don't do an open house.
Well, I wondered if those people would have the nerve to call your sign and ask to see the house, if maybe you should have the name just
Oh,
in
I see what you're
case,
saying.
so that you're aware, because you wouldn't know if they called off the sign, just in case. That's really weird. That's a really weird situation.
Well,
It really is.
is it a personality thing, or do they just not want their house to become a rental?
So apparently this is it's a cul-de-sac and everybody's super tight with each other. They all hang out. Everybody's great. Everybody knows, everybody. These people moved in and they're renting the house and their crap is all over the neighborhood, the street. They're really intrusive and abrasive to the rest of the community. And he just said, I don't want to sell my house to these people because I would not want to do that to my neighbors.
Gotcha.
And so I don't really know what the beef is all about. I don't know. I don't know what their deal is. I don't know what they do. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Um, but actually the people that live there would be they're a multiracial couple and they would actually be a protected class as well. So I don't think it's that. I don't know. I just didn't spend a lot of time dwelling on that and asking a lot of questions there. But
I was meaning if you're the one telling someone they couldn't come in,
yeah,
then it makes you look bad.
you're true.
Okay, I want to follow up. I want to know how you end up handling that with your client, because that's
Okay.
as part of scripts and dialogues. Like sometimes we have to have conversations with our clients that are uncomfortable conversations, right? Like
Mhm.
telling them that things that we will or won't do, or keeping ourselves out of problems, or just something that we feel is like morally or ethically, in violation of who we are. Yeah, but I know you're phenomenal with those kinds of conversations. So it'd be love to
Well,
hear how you
I
do
didn't
it.
have a conversation for this in my little conversation book.
Right. I mean, other than just not be, hey, if that's what you want, then I can't let anybody in, and we just won't be able to do an open house. I think you're shooting yourself in the foot though if we don't have an open house. But um, hmm, yeah, that'd be interesting. I'd be curious to see how that pans out.
Well, and here's the
Paul,
deal. I can't stop them from getting another agent to show the house, you
yeah,
know?
for sure. I think Becky mentioned that in the comments. Like, what if they have an agent
Oh,
schedule a tour? They're coming in anyway. Like,
it's kind of
yeah,
true. That's kind of true. And that's not on me. I'm not going to be the house bodyguard. I can't figure that out. That's a risk of putting your house on the market, I guess.
Just put
You
yeah,
don't
Caesar
have to
outside the
accept an
front
offer.
door. He'll be like the bouncer.
He cannot camp out outside the front door till we get that thing sold.
We've had listings on two different occasions where the seller, really normal people, but they had had a bad experience with a Raymore agent, the same Raymore agent, oddly enough, and they just made it clear that they would not permit any showings from that agent. So as the showings were coming in, I'm like, oh boy, I hope I don't see one from that particular agent. We'll call her Jenny with Century 21, because otherwise we would have had to reach out and then cancel.
Wow.
And
What
that would
are
have been
the
a bumpy,
rules?
bumpy conversation.
What are the rules? Like I had one um where they were like, we don't want to sell to an investor. Like because we don't want to have renters or we don't want to leave our neighbors with renters. We don't want to sell to anybody that's going to rent. And it didn't actually end up being one of the issues. But how does that work if they don't want to sell to somebody like an investor or a weird neighbor or whatever? I mean,
They don't have to.
I think it's the seller's prerogative
Yeah, they
to
don't have to
sell to
sell.
whoever they want to. We've had occasionally people say, "Hey, I really want to see if we can find an owner occupant versus these investors," especially when the investors were buying a lot of single family houses in Raymore.
Yeah.
So, truth be known, most of those offers weren't good anyway, so it wasn't a problem. But yeah.
so, and obviously investor is not a protected class, but if somebody were to make a decision that you think is based on something, you know, more
I mean,
personal,
I've had people say no to investors before. You present the offer
yeah,
and they look at it and the offer name is usually the investor, Main Street Renewal or wherever it is. And they'll ask me, and I'll say, well, that's an investor here in town and they're like, I don't want to accept that offer. I'm like, that's your prerogative. They have the right to do that.
what if
yeah.
it's not an investor? What if it's a black family?
So
Well,
the main difference there is we are registered professionals, and we subscribe to a code of conduct
mhm.
when we get our professionals license, and our clients are not. So our clients don't necessarily, like, they're not held to fair and equal housing laws the way that we are, because we're the ones who said, hey, I'm going to take that professional's license and I'm going to abide by this code of conduct. Our clients are not. And the only responsibility that we have there is we present all offers to our clients, and then we share the figures with them, right? And then they make the decision that they want to make. And
Okay.
sometimes my clients choose an offer that I wouldn't have chosen. And I'm like, oh, like, it might even like it might be a little bit more money, but it's a lot dicier of a scenario. And I'm like, oh, I realize it's $8,000 more, but it's real like
Right.
the chance of getting us across the closing line is not nearly as good as this offer over here. But in the end, we're going to take the one that you guys want. And then sometimes, like they make that decision. They do. So
Okay.
it's a bummer if somebody sees like a last name and they go, oh, I don't want that kind of person here, or
Right. Right.
oh, they look
Yeah.
like an investor, or I mean, I had Stacy, I've had a guy who every uh, every he was an investor. Every time we got an offer from a single male or what looked or appeared on paper to be a single male, he was like, "Oh, this guy's going to tear me up during the inspection period." I don't like it was like, "Well, what do you want? Like who do you want? Like you don't know. You have
Yeah.
no idea. It's somebody it could be somebody's first house and this is a wonderful home for him, right?" But yeah, unfortunately, we don't get to dictate which offers they choose. Our job
Yeah.
is to present all offers to them.
Yep.
Yep.
That makes sense. Yeah, just
It's
our responsibility in that. That I'll be disappointing if I had a client that made a decision, but I suppose that's not, like you said, that's their decision, and
Yep.
it
we can't control
It
that.
it would be, and the only thing that I would say there is if it's something that is grossly offensive to you or that you feel is unethical, you don't have to represent them as a client,
That's true.
right?
True.
We
Yeah,
can choose not to work with people,
it's true.
or sometimes we have to fire people. I think didn't Shelby just have to fire a client, or somebody just fired a client not too long ago, and sometimes like even if it's like a big payday or something, like sometimes you just feel gross, and you're like, man, that is just not right. Like I can't do business with
And
you.
you feel good when you get rid of those people as clients.
Yeah,
You feel
Right,
so
that's a
much
fact.
better about yourself and your integrity. It's just, how you choose to do business. And you've kind of got to make those decisions. And it can be hard to walk away from a commission and a payday, but you feel better
yeah,
when you do it, I think.
Yeah.
for sure.
I think that's just the real main thing there is we don't have to work with those people. And if we find out that, we are working with somebody and it's a
Mhm.
violation of ethics or just our own moral compass, then we can terminate that working relationship and they can find another agent. So,
Yeah. And I don't know about you, Stacy, but if I had somebody who's acted that way before, I mean, I don't have a problem saying, I don't subscribe to these beliefs,
Right. Oh, for
I
sure.
don't have a
Yeah.
problem doing that at all. And that,
Yeah, I
that
don't.
may make
Yeah.
jeopardize the relationship a little bit, but I don't care. I'm not going to
Yeah.
sacrifice my integrity for that. So,
Yeah, I was assuming it's somebody that I didn't really know, just like a
right.
client I picked up somewhere, and then that like, oh, okay, we're doing this.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, you pick somebody up from an open house or from a
Yeah.
sign call or something. And then, I mean, that happens a lot,
It
and
does.
then
Yeah.
it's somebody that you're like, they may not be in alignment with you. You can still help them and do a great job. And you just kind of have to gently guide them
Right.
to not be sexist or a racist or
Right. Yeah.
Right.
horrible. Like you guys kind of got to guide and direct them
Yeah.
a little bit.
I just know
Yeah.
all my realtor friends for many years have had some interest. I have a very good friend, different brokerage, and he just had a whole thruple situation that was just very distasteful to him. The way the interaction, it was just weird. It was just very weird. Uh, yeah, it was a
Sure.
strange set of clients.
Yeah.
Hey, I'd like to just ask real quick on the video challenge. I need to hear from those who completed it so we can do that drawing. And I also, if you guys had any notice, if you check your statistics or your, get the way they call it, if you check to see what your engagement was, if you had any increases in activity, maybe the views on your videos, something like that. And I'd love to hear about that. Um, like my most popular video of the week was the 30-second one I did in front of Boot Barn. It's open now. Talking about it opening up soon. I had I don't know 2,500, 3,000 views on that in just a couple of days.
Wow.
So
Wow.
you never know what might attract somebody. We're gonna talk about Olive Garden here soon too, because people are all crazy about Olive Garden. I'm not a fan, but so you never know what people like to hear about.
Oh, that Olive Garden is going to have 19 million people at it every night for the first 6 months, though.
They've
and they'll all
only
be
been
complaining.
waiting for 10 years.
Uh-huh, exactly.
They'll all be complaining the first week that the servers don't know what they're doing. Like they just started the damn job. But yeah.
Mm, exactly.
So please, if you did the video challenge, send me a text or DM.
I was going to
I
add something, Tim. Darren
Yeah.
mentioned this in team meeting the other day. Is as agents, we do have access to the to MREC. So, like Brandy, if she has a situation like that, she can call MREC and say, "Hey, am I violating any? What are my options here as an agent, given the instructions my client has given me?" That the attorneys for MREC are at our disposal, not just the brokers now.
That's a great.
That's a great thought. That's a fantastic resource that they've put that out there too. That's awesome.
We don't want to blow their phones up with everything, but if we get something just completely outside the box, chances are we won't invent anything they haven't heard before, but that might be a good resource for us.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I enjoyed Becca, you were like she did a great job of being pretty vulnerable on her video challenge. I loved like every time you posted a video, you're like, yeah, it's not getting any easier. I still hate it, but here I am. Like, I love the authenticity in that. You did a great job, Becca. Good work.
Thank you.
Like, I hate that. I mean, I've I hate being on video and making videos that I'm in, and like Josh Fife does such a great job. Like his silly ones where he's like showing everybody the toilet and like where the toilet paper, like they're funny and he just seems natural. I remember Jake Keith being in a bathtub on one of his listings one time, and like I that feels wildly uncomfortable for me. I hate it. So I love Becca being like, "Hey, it's not getting easier. I still hate it, but I'm showing up anyway." That's huge. Good job.
I
Brandy,
still
what
need
was
to
your
make like a
community? What was your
blooper
business
reel.
spotlight video? See, those are the ones. Alex Bearden and I did that, Tori. We were actually it was that listing of Jake's, so I think where he got in the bathtub. We held it open and we were trying to make some really nice Facebook live posts. And so we were practicing and we were recording videos and then we were like posting, we were doing a walkthrough, we were telling all the features. Well, then there was also like we messed stuff up and we started laughing and then I don't know, like somebody challenged me to just post that one. That one got 4 times the engagement and interactions. The one with our video with us messing up and being stupid, than the like professional looking one where we said everything correct. When he and I are like laughing and messing up, that's the one that everybody commented on and wanted to see. So it just, it's just us being vulnerable.
I
Which,
remember that
nobody
one, Tim. That was a good
enjoys
one.
that. It was fun. Like
Yeah,
now
it
looking
really
back,
was
like
fun.
that's the one that I liked too. It was just silly
Yep.
and light. It did get a lot of interaction. So,
That helped narrow it
what was your
too, because I was trying to figure out which house you were talking about that I got in the tub, and that's been multiple ones. So that
Oh,
now I know.
gotcha. It was over in Greenwood. I can't remember. It was like a newer subdivision in
Yeah,
Greenwood. Yeah.
that was a nice house.
It was a very nice house. Love that one. That was a cool layout. Brandy, what was your business spotlight video? I don't think I saw that one.
Yeah, it was one. I didn't get to complete the challenge. I had a busy week, and by the time I got around to the video, it was like 10 o'clock at night, and my hair and makeup were done. So was I. So I didn't get that done. But I did a community spotlight for, oh shoot, the name is gone. It's this printing company over here in Pine Street, off of Pine Street, a
Oh,
creative
I did see that. Yes.
Kelly
graphic art,
Hunter.
graphic
Yes.
art.
Kelly.
Yeah,
I did see that.
My friend Kelly owns it. And so she's right there and Trisha uses her and a bunch of people use her. She's so sweet, so nice. But when I did the shout out video, I mean, first of all, she's a good friend and it was easy to do. But also what I noticed is people started chiming in. Like I didn't know Trisha knew Kelly. I didn't know other people knew her and used her. But then they shared the video too. So I'm like, ooh, I should have probably done a little better job on the video. I didn't expect all them to share it. I don't know why I didn't expect that, but her and her husband shared it. So anyway, next time when I do a community spotlight video, I'll do a little more than just start talking, turn on a camera and start talking. I'll be a little more thoughtful.
That's awesome. No, and now that you, I remember seeing that now. That's great. Good work. Good work on that. Paul, thanks for getting that challenge up and running. Uh, it's all those little inner office challenges and competitions and stuff. It forces us to do things that are uncomfortable that we typically wouldn't do. Appreciate you always like pushing the envelope on that, Paul. You guys are definitely setting the tone there for that.
My goal is to do one a day, at least one a day this month. And the thing
Wow.
that to really think about is you don't have to shoot a video every day. If you're kind of in that mode, shoot 3 or 4 on one day, and then you put them out daily, and you can make it a little easier. And maybe you've got a really having a really good hair day, like I do some days, and I might shoot them all at once, and or maybe it's the weather's great and you're outside shooting them, or, whatever. You don't have to have a
Yeah.
studio. You have to get natural light, whatever. Your phone. You complicate this stuff way too much.
Yeah. Good call. Good call.
That's true. That's true, Paul. But if us girls don't have our hair and makeup just right, I don't think we're making videos. I'm sorry.
One
You may
last thing I noticed in our world and others, a lot of people, primarily women, love to use the filters on their videos. And if your goal is to meet people in person and you want them to trust you and like you, don't use the filters. Let them see you, because that's who they're going to meet. It's not like you're going to scare them when they meet you in person if you don't have the filter. So just be you, be natural, and really enjoy them. So,
but not too natural.
yeah, well, yeah, true. We're not going there. We're not Florida, the villages or whatever. So, but
That's funny. Good work. I love it, Paul. A couple minutes left. Any last minute things that we need to hit on? Um, thoughts, upcoming items?
I think
Career
it's,
night tonight.
oh yeah, Brandy's got career night. If anybody wants to go there, that's great, Brandy. Good job. I think all these initiatives are kind of having a roll up effect right now. People, whether it's our focus group, we have more people lead generating in the office now, so we're starting to get that train moving, which I think will help us all. It just goes on and on with the things that we're doing. The point system, I think that's the secret sauce right there. It gives you a job to do every day as a realtor. And I think most of us need an assigned task, and that point system is your assigned task. You can do that from the office, you can do it from home, but just do it. But we wrapped up the year with our productivity per agent in the upper echelon of the industry, and that's not happening by just osmosis. It's happening because we're real intentional about it. And now we're doubling down. It's just like, okay, if we did that last year, let's make the environment even better. Let's get more and more people motivating each other. Let's get people, lead generating with each other. Brandy's group is really just getting off the ground, but already some great stories. So I'm excited where we're going with this and some of the breakthroughs that we're going to hear from different people.
Well said. Well said. All right, gang. Career night tonight. Thank you for pulling that together, by the way. That's super easy. Like, if you've got somebody in your world that's even considering real estate, like we've got one of the best team leaders ever that to just point them to the RTL. I mean, you don't have to do any of the heavy lifting. Brandy's going to do it all. I mean, we got such a great team in place. It's really awesome. So, I'm excited to have career night tonight. That's fantastic. Good. All right. Thank you guys so much for your participation today. It's good seeing everybody.
Thanks, Tim.
You
Thanks, Tim.
betcha.
Great
Thank you
call.
so much.
All right. Catch you later.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.